burning desert, crushing stone. Faith never broke. You are watching the Islamic History Lab, a place where history is not just remembered, it is experienced, where every story carries pain, patience, and purpose, and where the past still speaks to the present. Makkah was no longer silent. The message of Islam had begun to spread, slowly, quietly, but powerfully. At first, it was hidden among close companions, whispered in secrecy, shared in fear. But truth does not remain hidden forever. As more hearts accepted the message of one God, the city of Makkah began to change. The leaders of Quraysh noticed something disturbing. Their authority was being questioned. Their idols were being rejected. Their traditions were being challenged. And slowly, a storm began to rise. Not a storm of wind, but a storm of hatred. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was now commanded to call people openly. He stood in public places, among crowds, among traders, among tribes, and he said, "Worship one God, leave idols, prepare for accountability after death." Simple words, but they shook an entire civilization, because it was not just a message, it was a revolution against centuries of belief. And revolutions are never accepted easily. Beginning of opposition. At first, they laughed. They called him names. They mocked his message. They tried to reduce truth into jokes. They said, "A poet speaks. A magician has arrived. A madman is speaking in public." But deep inside, they were not laughing. They were afraid, because truth does not sound like lies, and lies always fear truth. When laughter failed, they turned to pressure. When pressure failed, they turned to pain. The story of Bilal, Ra, in the burning deserts of Makkah, a man was being tortured. His name was Bilal ibn Rabah. He was not rich. He was not powerful. He was a slave. But he had something greater than power: faith. His master tried to force him to reject Islam. He was dragged into the desert under the blazing sun. Hot sand burned his skin. A heavy stone was placed on his chest. Each breath became a battle. They said, "Reject Muhammad's God." But Bilal's response was not anger. It was peace. Even in pain, even in suffering, his lips repeated only one thing: Ahad, Ahad. One God, one God. No matter how much his body was broken, his belief remained unbroken. And history remembers not the torturer, but the man who refused to break. The family of Yasir. Not all stories were about individuals. Some were about families. Yasir, his wife Sumaya, and their son Ammar. All accepted Islam, and all were tested. They were dragged into punishment, exposed to burning heat, tortured beyond human endurance. But they did not abandon their faith. Yasir and Sumaya became the first martyrs in Islam. They gave their lives, but never gave up their belief. Their sacrifice became a foundation stone of faith, because some truths are worth more than life itself. The social boycott. When physical torture did not stop Islam, a new strategy was born: isolation. Muslims were cut off from society. No trade, no food support, no protection, no communication. Entire families were trapped in hardship. Hunger became normal, and pain became daily life. But faith never left their hearts. Even in empty homes and silent nights, they believed relief would come. This patience was not weakness, it was strength beyond imagination. Through all of this, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, remained patient. He was insulted, but he did not insult back. He was harmed, but he did not seek revenge. Instead, he prayed for those who hurt him and those who rejected him. His mission was not revenge, but mercy. And mercy is always stronger than anger. Khadija, R.A., stood beside him like a pillar of strength. She supported him when the world turned away, comforted him in pain, and believed in him when no one else did. Her support gave strength to the mission. Quraysh then offered wealth, power, and kingship to stop the message. But the Prophet, PBUH, refused. Even if they placed the sun in his right hand and the moon in his left, he would not abandon his mission, because truth cannot be bought. Despite pain and rejection, Islam continued to grow. New hearts accepted the message. A secret place called the House of Arqam became a center of learning and faith. Believers were tested beyond limits. But they understood one truth: this world is temporary, but faith is eternal. Every moment of suffering was turning into strength. Makkah became a land of struggle, but also a land of purification. Weak hearts broke, but strong hearts rose. And this was not the end. It was only the beginning. Waiting for next episode.